the possibility that dreams from long ago may still come true, even if they look lost forever.
What's good, ayezo, back with another video. Hope y'all doing well out there. So in this video, I want to talk about relapsing after quitting weed and getting back on track. All right, I'm gonna let y'all know what helped me out a lot. A lot of y'all know I quit smoking weed a few years ago, but y'all don't know how many relapses I went through before I got to the point where I quit for real. You know, so I'm gonna talk about that in this video. Hopefully it can help somebody out. If you're new to my channel, check out my quitting weed playlist. A bunch of advice, tips in there. If you need some personal advice, you can book a one-on-one consultation. That link is down below as well. And let's get into it. So first thing first, when you relapse, it's vital that you self-reflect. Ask yourself, what caused me to relapse? If you don't figure out what caused you to relapse, more than likely you're going to make the same mistake over and over again. Okay? So it's important to self-reflect and ask yourself, why did I relapse? What caused me to relapse? What triggered me to relapse? You know? So I did that not consciously. I didn't do this consciously, but looking back at it now, I did make adjustments every time I relapsed and I got back and I tried to get back into quitting weed. I did make adjustments. So a few reasons that caused me to relapse was boredom, sadness, and hanging around stoners all day. It's many more, but that's the main three I'm gonna talk about in this video, okay? So when I would reflect and see that sadness was what caused me to relapse, like reminiscing so much, thinking my best days were behind me. Also, I used to get on Instagram and look at people smoking weed all day, feeling sorry for myself, sad for myself. You know, once I relapsed, and of course, once I first relapsed, I beat myself up like everybody else. Feel like a failure, just beat myself up for a minute. But, you know, I try to pull myself up out of them dark places as soon as possible. You know, so I did that as soon as possible. Obviously, it varies. Could have been a week or 2 weeks, 3 weeks. But eventually, I would self-reflect. Okay, sadness was the cause. What do I have to do differently now so I can get further this time around? As far as sadness, I decided I was going to find something to look forward to. Thankfully, YouTube came into my life. Started my YouTube channel the same time I quit smoking weed. They gave me something to look forward to in life, throughout my day. In general, I just had something to look forward to. Instead of feeling like my best days were behind me, I was looking forward to making a YouTube video, learning how to edit videos, learning how to edit thumbnails. I had something to look forward to. So that's the adjustment I made. I reflected like, okay, me being sad is causing me to relapse. What am I going to do differently this time? Okay, let me find something to look forward to. Thankfully, YouTube came into my life. That's something I was putting off for years, though, but I finally just said, I'm finna do it. So that gave me something to look forward to, and that helped fix my sadness problem. Okay? As far as boredom. Boredom is one of the main comments and messages I get. Like, I'm bored, I had nothing else to do. You gotta fill the void with something, y'all. Y'all gotta find some hobbies and habits. So when I reflected and I seen that boredom was the cause of my relapses, I decided I'm gonna get back out here in nature. That's one thing I quit doing once I started smoking weed every day. Like I told y'all, when you become a full-time stoner, more than likely you cut off all your other hobbies and habits. You just cut them off, and like weed is your life. You know, so that's what happened with me. But I decided, you know what I'm saying, when I made the adjustments, I reflected a little bit. I'm like, okay, I'm going to get back outside in nature. I'm going to start playing basketball again. And of course, YouTube helped me out with that a lot as well. Helped me not be bored. And on top of that, I started learning a lot of other stuff too. Like about law of attraction, spirituality, manifesting, all that stuff. I started learning a lot, bro. So that helped fill my boredom void. But the thing is, I would have never came to these solutions if I didn't self-reflect. So you got to self-reflect and figure out what's causing you to relapse. Is it the people you hang with? Is it boredom? Is it irritated? Is it can't eat, can't sleep? What is it for you? You got to figure out what it is for you that's causing you to relapse. And then, reflect and then adjust. Ask yourself, what can I do differently this time around? So that's what I did, bro. I found some things to fill the void. Like I said, basketball, getting out here in nature, YouTube, and learning about spirituality, manifesting, law of attraction, all that stuff, bro. Now the next thing that was causing me to relapse a lot, hanging around stoners all day. Fear of missing out as well. Feel like they having all the fun. They smoking weed. Like I told you, I get on Instagram and look at people smoking weed, feel sorry for myself and sad for myself. So I cut that out first and foremost. I cut that out, the Instagram thing, looking at people smoke weed all day. I cut that out. Next thing, I stopped hanging around stoners all day. That's a choice I made. I knew it would help me out. I knew it would help me out. Because you got to understand, birds of a feather flock together. If you're hanging around somebody that smoke weed all day, your circle, more than likely, you're going to smoke weed too, bro. That's just how it is. It goes like that with everything. You hang around rich people, 5 rich people, you're going to be the 6th rich person, bro. The conversation, the mentality, the energy, everything is going to cause you to be just like them, the people that you hang around with, bro. So keep that in mind, man. If hanging around smokers all day is one of your triggers to relapse, you got to find a way to get out that situation. Get your own spot. Start hanging around sober people, or just start being solo, or just separate yourself, man. If you really want to get through this, you got to do what you got to do. And that's what I did. I just stopped hanging around smokers so much and stoners so much, bro. Even to this day, even if I hang with them, I won't relapse, but it just don't feel like me anymore. It feel like the old me, So if you want to create that new version of yourself, you got to start hanging around people that's like the new version of yourself and going where you going. You can't keep hanging around the same crowd, bro. That's another comment I get a lot. Like, my friends smoke weed, my spouse smoke weed, my girl smoke weed. It's hard for me to quit because they still smoking and all this stuff, bro. You got to do what you got to do. But for real, you can still hang with them if you mentally strong. I'm not saying you got to separate yourself. You can still hang with them if you mentally strong. But if you want to be for sure, just don't go around it, bro. That's what I did. I just stopped going around it. And if you're living with smokers, you got to find a way to get your own spot. It's that simple, man. Don't make excuses, bro. Find a way, bro. Find a way, So basically, bro, to sum this video up, when you relapse, yeah, you're going to beat yourself up for a little bit, maybe a few days, maybe a week, maybe a few weeks. You're going to beat yourself up. That's natural. But it's also an opportunity to learn, bro. To learn about yourself and ask yourself, what triggered this relapse? What can I do differently this time, bro? It's just like making mistakes and failures with your craft or business or anything, like NBA players, artists, anybody that's succeeding at something. They went through mistakes, failures, setbacks, relapses, where they had to gain knowledge and ask themselves, what can I do differently? Even with YouTube with me right now, I got a bunch of videos on my channel that didn't go well, but I don't look at it as a failure no more. I look at it as, what can I learn from this? What can I do differently? Same way you gotta look at your relapses, bro. Same way, So just look at it that way, y'all. What can I learn from this relapse? What adjustments can I make to make sure I go further next time? Don't dwell in it too much. Your relapse, like feeling sorry and sad for yourself. Get back on track as soon as you can, and ask yourself, what am I going to do differently this time? And then make the adjustments. All right. Like this video. Let me know your thoughts down below. Like I said, check out my Quitting Weed playlist. If you need some personal advice, one-on-one consultations down below. Subscribe if you're new. Enjoy y'all day out there. Peace out, y'all.